Dear students, this is part 2 video of electric charges and fields. Let us discuss conductors and insulators. Conductors are substance which easily allows electric charges to pass through them are called conductors. Okay. In conductors, there are large number of free electrons which are comparatively free to move inside the conductors. Okay. Next, consider examples. Metals like silver, copper, aluminium, iron, gold, mercury, etc. Next, human beings, animals, plants, the earth. Next, aqueous solutions like salts, bases and acids. These are all examples for conductors. Okay. Next, insulators. The substance which do not allow electric charges to pass through them are called insulators. Example, glass, rubber, plastic, porcelain, nylon, dry wood, paraffin wax, PVC, etc. Okay. So insulators do not have free electrons, but electrons are present. Okay. When charges given to insulators are remain localized, means charges stay at the same place, they cannot move. Okay. Similar way, when charges given to conductors, charges readily get distributed over entire surface of the conductor. Okay. Remember these points. Charging or electrification. Okay. Charging of a body or the process of charging of a body called as electrification. Okay. So it can be done in three ways: charging by friction, charging by conduction, charging by induction. Charging by friction is usually done for insulators, and remaining two processes, charging by conduction and charging by induction, is usually done for conductors. Okay, let us discuss one by one. First one, charging by friction. When two suitable materials rubbed under suitable conditions get electrified or charged is known as charging by friction. Okay. In this process, one of the rubbed material loses electrons and becomes positively charged. The other material gains these electrons and becomes negatively charged. Okay. During this process, no new charge is created. Okay. Only electrons are transferred from one material to another material. Okay. So you can remember an example. When glass rod is rubbed with silk cloth, then glass rod acquires positive charge and silk cloth acquires negative charge. Okay. Here the both glass rod and silk cloth are insulators. Okay. Right. Next, charging by conduction. An uncharged conductor gets some charges when is physical contact with the charged body and get electrified is known as charging by conduction. Okay. Here the physical contact between the uncharged conductor and the charged body. So consider this diagram. Here the uncharged conductor is placed on insulating stand. Okay. Here, when the positively charged glass rod touches the uncharged conductor, that get acquire similar kind of charge as that of glass rod. Yes, Here the glass rod is positively charged. So at the point of contact here on the here so at the point of contact of the uncharged conductor, positively charges are distributed. Yes, okay. So hence, so if you consider the negatively charged body is physically contact with the uncharged conductor, then it acquires negative charge. Okay. Next, charging by induction. The process by which charged body makes an uncharged conductor to electrically charged conductor without physical contact is known as charging by induction. Means in this process the uncharged conductor becomes a charged conductor without any physical contact with the charged body. Okay, such process is called as charging by induction. In charging by conduction, what happens? There will be the physical contact between the uncharged conductor and the charged body. Okay, right. Charging of metal sphere by induction. Okay, so let us discuss this concept. So consider this diagram. In this diagram there are four sub diagrams. In first diagram, consider the neutral sphere or the uncharged metal sphere on an insulating stand. Yes, okay. In second diagram, when negatively charged rod is brought near to sphere, then negative charges in the sphere move away from rod due to repulsion. Yes, are you observing here? When this negatively charged rod is brought near to this sphere, then what happens? The negative charges are move away from rod here. Yes, move away from rod. Okay, means these negative charges are accumulated at the far end of the sphere, and positive charges are accumulated at near area to the rod, okay. This charge accumulation stops, still the equilibrium is reached. Okay, now in third diagram, the far end of the sphere, this one, far end of the sphere is connected to ground. Then the negative charges or electrons flows to the earth. Okay, and the positive charges remain on the surface. Yes, the positive charges are remain on the surface. Okay, next here, now this sphere is disconnected from the earth and the charged rod is also removed. Then what happens? Then the positive charges will spread uniformly over the surface of sphere. Yes, so we get finally positively charged metal sphere. Yes, okay. Means in this process the uncharged conductor becomes positively charged conductor. Yes, okay. Next, charging of two metal spheres by induction. Okay, so consider two metal spheres A and B supported on insulating stand and held in contact with each other. Okay, right. In second, let the positively charged rod is brought near the sphere A. Then The electrons in both the spheres are attracted towards left surface of A. Yes, this one. So this is the left surface of A. Okay, this is left surface of A, right? And the positive charges are accumulated at the right surface of B. This is right surface of B. Okay. So this charge accumulation stops still equilibrium is reached. Okay. Next. Here these two spheres A and B are separated by small distance while the charged rod is still held near to sphere A. Okay. Next. So now observe. Now the charged rod is removed and the charges on sphere rearrange themselves. Yes? Okay. In next diagram you can observe now these two spheres A and B are separated widely or separated by a large distance, then charges will distributed uniformly on them. Yes. So on sphere A, negative charges are uniformly distributed and on the sphere B, positive charges are uniformly distributed. Yes. So finally we get the two charged bodies. One is negatively charged body, the another one is positively charged body. Okay. Next. So this is summary of this process, charging by induction. Okay. Next, the inducing charges. The charges which are present on electrified body used to induce charges on neutral body are known as inducing charges. Okay. Simply these are the charges which present on electrified body are called as inducing charges. Induced charges means what? The charges which are appeared on the neutral body due to the inducing charges. Okay. Or so these are the charges which are appeared on the uncharged conductor. Okay. Such charges are called as induced charges. Next is gold leaf electroscope. It is simple apparatus used to detect presence and nature of static charge on a body. Okay, construction. This is a diagram here. Okay, so this is the diagram of gold leaf electroscope. Okay, here, so it consists of the vertical metal rod housed in a glass bottle. So this is the metal rod which is housed in a glass bottle. Okay. Next, two thin gold leaves attached at the bottom end of metal rod. So this is gold leaves. So these two gold leaves are attached at the bottom end of the metal rod, and the metal knob is attached at the top end of the metal rod. Here, so this is the metal knob, so which is attached at the upper end of the metal rod. Next, working. When charged object touches the metal knob at the top of the rod, charge conducts through metal knob to the metal rod. Okay. Then metal rod conducts charges to two halves of the gold leaves. As charge enters the two halves of the gold leaves, the leaves will repel each other due to accumulation of like charges. As you know, when here the like charges are repel each other and unlike charges are attract each other. So here the similar charges are accumulated on the gold leaves, hence the gold leaves are repel each other. And the fourth point is the degree of divergence between two halves of the gold leaves indicates amount of charge on the object. Okay, so this diagram shows the angle of divergence indicates amount of charge present. Okay, right. Next is applications of gold leaf electroscope. It is used to detect static charge. It is used to detect nature of charge, and it is used to detect amount of charge on the body, and last, it is used to find out whether the substance is conductor or insulator. Okay, on examination the question may be asked for 3 marks. Okay, thank you.